Alrighty, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. I'm super pumped right now. Huge Sunday. We do have one more game. We're still looking to see what happens with the Lions, but currently sitting at 4-2. Absolutely smoking NFL, guys. I'm dialed in. Had the biggest day personally as well. Really, the weekend in general was good to me. I started my account with about $700 on Saturday morning, and I have taken that to almost $3,000 this weekend alone on my personal bets, which do vary a little bit different than what I give out here on the channel. But at the end of the day, still absolutely dialed in. You can see behind me. Before we go ahead and update the record, we were at 65%. I will say that again, 65% on college football. That is probably world class. I am the best of the best. I am the real deal. We're not in the beginning of the season. This is like 8-9 full weeks of football here. A good enough sample size to let you guys know I know what the fuck I'm doing. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, drop a like on today's video. At this point in the week, we go over our previous picks of the weekend, we update the whiteboard, and then we immediately get to work. We pull up that slate and we start circling games that we like. So we got no time to waste. It was a losing weekend for the official picks. I did very, very well on my personal picks. Obviously, I can't quite give out everything that I know here on the channel, but I do my very, very best. And I hope you guys are not upset, as this is the first losing week. We're at college football week 9, sitting at 65% winning rate. So if you're mad about 1 week, I don't know what to tell you. Oregon State thought we'd get a much better effort on the road. They couldn't quite get it done against Arizona. The game looked in control for a large amount of time there. As I was watching that game, I'm like, this is going to cover. This is going to cover. And then it didn't at the end. Oregon State, we just got to stick to home games for them. That is a serious, serious factor when it comes to the Oregon State Beavers. Keep them at home. Only take them at home. They're amazing at home, and that's that. Mississippi State, I don't know what the fuck that was. I'm never betting that poverty team again. My bad with that. That was a stupid pick. Tennessee was a home run. Really confident on that. And here's the other thing. I told you guys, I was up front. I was adamant about how I said I hate college football this weekend. I love the NFL slate. I told you that many, many times. A lot of the videos I put out, the live streams, I texted people this. I told the guys on Winner Circle, you can find my comments all over YouTube, on all the other prediction videos, on all the other channels. I was telling people college football, it's a bad weekend. NFL, it's an amazing weekend. That's exactly what happened. Losing week in college, winning week in NFL. I'm so dialed in. I knew the loss was coming. I just couldn't help myself. I try to get you guys some winners, and we probably should have just took the weekend off for college. But overall, 2-4. Utah, pretty pathetic at home. Effort was trash. Oklahoma, apparently they just didn't care. They looked pretty lame against Kansas. I'm not. Kansas is good, but that was a pretty bad performance. And the Texas play, laying 20 at home, 20.5 at home was a no-brainer. So 2-4. Let's go ahead and just get this out of the way. I really do like what I think is coming for this next Saturday. So have faith. It's going to be a big bounce back. We're definitely going to try to have our first undefeated weekend in both college and NFL for this upcoming weekend. So I'm really, really excited to get to work here. It's going to be a big week. I'm going to be crunching numbers, crunching data, looking over articles. I'm really going to be digging, guys. Let's update the board. We went 2-4. Alrighty, guys. So we are now at 61% through 9 full weeks of college football. That is a world-class number. There's no doubt about it. I am one of the best in the industry. Let's get to work. Let's pull up the slate. Let's start looking at games. I need you guys in the comment section. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. This is a team effort here. Let's get it done this week, guys. Undefeated week. We need an undefeated week. Let's absolutely crush it. I'm stoked right now. I'm just feeling good. Feeling good. Every time you can make $3,000 in a weekend, considering my bankroll to start on Saturday was only $700. I mean, that's no one's out here doing that. Nobody takes 700 and turns it into, $3K in a weekend. Very rarely do people do this. So let's go. College football. Here we go. We're going to stay away from midweek football. I don't like it. We do have a Big 12 matchup on Thursday night. TCU Texas Tech. Spreads 2.5. You guys can let me know what you think in the comments. I have no opinion on that. I really don't know. I feel like anyone saying they know what they think is going to happen is full of shit. TCU at Texas Tech, spreads 2.5. God, I don't know. Wake Forest and Duke is also on Thursday. Not really interested. Spreads 12.5. I don't want to go against Duke's defense at home, but yeah, not interested. Ohio State Rutgers. Okay, I like this one right off the bat. That kind of stuck out to me right away, which is good. Ohio State is an 18.5 point favorite. They're at Rutgers. I'm considering Rutgers in the points. Don't love it, but I'll consider it. Texas A&M and Ole Miss. That's an interesting game because Texas. Do we even want to mess with this one? That is fishy. 4.5. God, I thought it would have been higher than that. Texas A&M. They kind of took control in that South Carolina game, but for a little while there, it didn't look great. It seemed like they really needed to lean on home field advantage to kind of gain an edge there. 4.5. God, I thought that would have been closer to a full touchdown here. Ole Miss at home. I'm going to have to stay away from that one. Here's one I like. And the suckers are already falling into the trap. Look at that. A lot of percentages already the wrong way. Oklahoma is minus 6.5. They go to Oklahoma State, who I think is overrated and has won too many games. Oklahoma's off the loss. I like the Sooners here. I mean, are we crazy? Oklahoma State, do you guys not remember the team they were for like a lot of weeks? Let's look it up. And they're off a bye too, which I don't love because that's kind of a similar setup as Kansas, right? Kansas was off the bye, came out hot, beat Oklahoma. Does it happen twice in a row? Man, that's crazy. Oklahoma's schedule is 2 road games in a row against 2 teams, both coming off of a bye week. That's pretty unfair to the Sooners, but whatever. So Oklahoma, the score against West Virginia is not accurate, 48-34. It was a close game. I think the West Virginia should have won that game. They got by Kansas, but it was at home. Should have lost. Kansas looked in control for a lot of that game. They beat Kansas State, but that was in Kansas State little slump. They lost to Iowa State. They got killed by South Alabama. They got by Arizona State. I mean, Oklahoma State. It is Mike, you never want to go against Mike Gundy at home. Maybe we don't get too crazy here. Initially, I really like it. I think Oklahoma goes in there and wins this thing and covers the 6.5. But you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. You guys can let me know in the comments below. What do you think of Oklahoma and Oklahoma State? It is a home game for Oklahoma State. They are off a bye. They got Mike Gundy. They have won a lot of games in a row. It's a home game. Yeah, maybe I got to pump the brakes a little. Connecticut and Tennessee. Love this. UConn. I'm going to bet this right now. I might bet this right now before I even end this video. UConn is a 34.5 point underdog at Tennessee. We're laying the points with Tennessee. Tennessee got back in the win column with a Kentucky game. UConn's not going to score on Tennessee at all. They're not going to score. They're not going to score. They're going to have 0. They're not scoring on Tennessee. Maybe a field goal if they're lucky. So if they get 3, we just need Tennessee to put up 37 points on Connecticut. Tennessee, lay the 34.5 at home. That is an absolute lock. I'm going to put a check mark next to that. That's going to make the official plays video. By the way, the official plays, if you guys are just now discovering my channel, we do this at the beginning of the week, boil down to our final picks, and then I give those out at the end of the week. So look forward to those. Arkansas, Florida, staying away from that. 2 shitty teams. Kansas State, Texas. Kansas State, Texas. Got to look at the current condition of that Texas quarterback. I don't know if Ewers is playing, but right now, K-State is a 5.5-point underdog at Texas. And I think that's only because this game's at Texas. Otherwise, I think Kansas State would be maybe a pick 'em. I think a lot of people are going to look at the rankings, 25 versus 7. I don't care. Kansas State's the better team right now. I'm probably going to take 5.5 points with Kansas State over Texas. Wisconsin, Indiana, no interest. Georgia Tech, Virginia, absolutely no interest. Arizona State, Utah, no interest. I'm done with Utah. Bye. Missouri, Georgia, 16.5. That is a ton, but it's at Georgia. No thanks. Staying away. Notre Dame, Clemson. Notre Dame, Clemson. Do we trust Notre Dame to get the job done? The problem is Clemson has lost so many games to where it's like, well, our season's ruined, but we can spoil it for someone else. Maybe they do take down Notre Dame. Notre Dame's been sort of suspect on the road. The easy math would be, well, Notre Dame beat NC State. NC State beat Clemson. So easily Notre Dame beats Clemson. It's not quite that easy. I want to lay 3 points with Notre Dame, but there's upsets every week. That might be one of them. I'll stay away. Virginia Tech, Louisville, not interested. Houston, Baylor. Baylor in a bounce back spot. I think we probably take a shot here. Houston is a 4.5-point favorite at Baylor. I don't think that's going to be enough. Iowa State's better than people think. Baylor still has some players, some talent, home field advantage. They're not going to drop 2 games in a row at home. Give me Baylor laying 4.5. I think I like that. Penn State at Maryland, not interested. Florida State at Pittsburgh, not interested. Probably a game where Florida State just sleepwalks their way to like a 14-point win or something. They know they can just win with ease, so how hard are they really going to go? Auburn at Vandy. I can't do it. What else? BYU at West Virginia. Man, 9-point spread. I don't know if West Virginia's going to win by that much. That's a pretty heavy spread. Mountaineers, they play good in the underdog role. Favored 9. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to stay away from that game. Maybe take a look at the over in that game. Kansas goes to Iowa State. Be interesting to see if it's Jason Bean again or if maybe Daniels play. Daniels might be done for the season, guys. Kansas might be with Jason Bean, which is fine. He's extremely capable. One of the best backups in the entire country. Spread's 1.5. I'm leaning towards I don't think we can. This is a coin flip. I was gonna say I'm leaning towards Iowa State at home. I think there's a reason they're favored. Everyone's gonna be like, well, Kansas just beat Oklahoma. How are they an underdog to Iowa State? I think we're gonna look at Iowa State here. KU plus 1.5 at Iowa State. I'm gonna circle Iowa State for now. Kentucky at Miss State, not interested. LSU Bama, there's a heck of a game. LSU plus 3.5 at Bama. My gut tells me LSU. Just going to circle it for now. Washington, USC, 0 interest. Probably lay the 4.5 with Washington, but I don't know. Miami, NC State, no interest. Oregon State, Colorado. Ooh, man. Oregon State, we just talked about how we don't like them on the road, but Colorado, is they so they have like skill position players, right? They have talented, coordinated, flashy players. They don't have like beef. They don't have like muscle and guts on that team, and that's a problem against Oregon State. I think Oregon State covers 13.5, even on the road. I'm going to circle the Beavers for now in a bounce back spot. UCLA, Arizona, probably going to stay away from that. I'd lean Arizona at home. I don't know why they're an underdog here. They looked impressive last game. And that's it, guys. So that's everything. We got some games circled. Boil this thing down. Give me your comments. What do you guys think of these games? Which ones do you like? Did I miss any? Let me know. And I'll see you guys with the NFL recap video tomorrow after the Lions game comes to a conclusion. And we will continue domination with the NFL. See you guys in the next video.